Why should bikers keep away from cars? Watch this video. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So why should bikers keep away from cars? You're riding your motorbike on the road, and I'm saying to you, just keep your distance away from the cars. Keep your distance away from any other vehicle on the road. Now, am I implying that car drivers or van drivers are a menace on the road to motorcyclists? No, not necessarily. I mean, there are bad drivers, there are bad riders, right? We get that. We get that how motorcycle accidents can happen and whose fault it can be at certain times. We get that. This is not what this is about. This is about just keeping your distance away from drivers just in case something were to happen. Regardless of whose fault it is, I've always said, give yourself lots of time and space away from other vehicles, regardless of how much training you've got, regardless of how much experience you've got as a rider, as a biker. Give yourself lots of time and distance. So that enables you to absorb any abnormalities, let's just say, from car driving. So, even if they make mistakes or they do something, a bit odd, or they do something that you weren't expecting, then you've got lots of time and space to absorb that and then take corrective action or take emergency action in terms of braking, or you swerve or whatever it is. If you're very close to the vehicles, then you just haven't got that time and space to be able to react. But again, this is not what this video is really about. I'm talking about your self-preservation. I sometimes hear where, bikers say, oh yeah, I'll just get alongside a car who's just cut me up and I'm going to bang on their window, or I'm going to kick their wing mirror off and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to threaten them and everything. Well, let me just give you some words of wisdom. Let's just say that in your eyes might be absolutely fine. Might be absolutely the right thing to do. You got that red mist coming up and you think, oh, I'm going to get you, all that kind of stuff, right? We know, we can picture what could be happening here. But all of a sudden, the reality sinks in. The reality sinks in that all that driver has to do in terms of they are fearful for their life, they're fearful for their safety now because you're attacking them. All they have to do is do this. If you're alongside them, all they have to do is that. That's all they have to do. They're in the comfort and the safety of their tin can, their vehicle. All they have to do is turn the steering wheel just slightly and then turn the car into you and you'll be knocked off. There's nothing you can do about it. A car can just come very close to you from behind and just tap you, and that's it. You're going somewhere else. There's no winning with a car driver in terms of that. Now, once they've stopped, yes, if you want to confront them, I would say confront them calmly. Don't get into an altercation, of course. You can gesture from a distance, of course. But if you're going very close and you're starting to attack that car or that van or whatever, it can be that they're going to retaliate in a way and you're going to come off worse. There's no way that any rider or biker is going to come off better than a car driver in terms of any kind of impact. It just doesn't happen. You're always going to lose. So just be very careful how you address other drivers, even when you're protesting against them. And let's not forget, if you go to a car driver and you damage their vehicle, well, then somebody else may not have seen what has caused this to happen in the first place in terms of cause your reaction, but that they could be everybody's taking videos these days. Everybody's got dash cams and they got your registration plate that you'll be nicked, you'll be prosecuted. The person driving the car could easily prosecute you as well. You could face criminal prosecution for criminal damage, or you could face a civil litigation against you as well. It's just not worth it. So keep your distance, keep yourself away from it. One will help you not get into trouble in the first place or not come under threat, and you'll be able to see hazards a lot better. But also, if something were to happen, you got a bit of a cooling off period as well. And also, you just keep yourself away from that situation, and it will probably be better for you in the long run. I'm not saying that you've got to dull your senses down and you can't be angry and you can't be, frustrated with the driver and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you've just got to be careful how you react as well, because you're always going to come off worse in terms of any impact or some kind of confrontation, physical confrontation, whilst you're driving. Even, let's just say, I've seen a video recently where a biker pulls in front of a van and slows the van down. That was very risky, because all of a sudden that van driver could easily just speed up and take you out. We just had a situation here in the UK where a vehicle was used as a weapon, for a crowd of people. And if you know that situation, obviously and I'm not going to dig into it here, of course, but it's a terrible situation. I've seen this quite a few times. I've seen it against a crowd of motorcyclists where a car driver drove over a motorcyclist as well. Now, for me, they were fearful of their lives. The motorcyclists surrounded them. This happened in the States a few years ago, and they were in real fear for their lives. Now, what they'd done before, that's one thing, but so there's always some kind of cause and effect here. What did the bikers do beforehand to the driver? What did the driver do beforehand? But at that moment, if the driver wants to, they lose their mind for whatever reason, they could knock you off your bike. In fact, they could cause injury, or they could even easily lead to your death. It could easily be a fatality here. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth facing any physical injury, physical harm, or also facing any criminal damage that you might be causing as well. It's about self-preservation here at the end of the day. Now, you could say, okay, well, I'm going to follow this person and I'm going to take video footage of them, or I'm going to follow this person, and once they stop, then I'm going to confront them. Okay, look, that's a different thing. But again, just be very careful how you do it. Even a stationary vehicle, if you come up next to them, they can quickly open their door and they could easily knock you off your bike as well. And once you're falling off your bike, that gives them time to get out the car and do all sorts to you. You're just not. You're not in a very good position. You're in a vulnerable position. Bikers, motorcyclists, cyclists, pedestrians are all vulnerable on the road. So, confronting a driver, and this could cause them to have an adverse reaction as well. Just be very careful. That's all I'm saying to you. If you like what I do here, keep on watching the videos. At the end of the day, this is about self-preservation and doing the right thing, and maybe just leaving it for another time and addressing it at a later time. Try not to get carried away by that red mist. If you like what I do here, as I say, keep on watching the videos. Don't forget to go to the website RevelatorAlf.com/books for all the motorcycle books, merchandise, t-shirts, that kind of thing. And with that, catch you again in another video coming very soon. Bye now.